presentation is on debunking the myth behind genetically modified crops. So to give a small background, a genetically modified crop is a type of crop that has been spliced and changed using genetic engineering for farmer efficiency. So currently, over 90% of all of US's crops are genetically modified crops, meaning that there is a high amount of efficiency being seen. So to further influence this, USDA has a graph that shows the adoption of certain types of GMOs over a period of time from 2000 to 2014. So you can see that it's gone up quite a considerable amount for these three types of grains, showing that GMOs have been adopted more and more as the years go on. So to further influence this, there isn't actually evidence, because there's a common myth that GMOs are dangerous and that they're toxic, but this isn't totally true. Megan Norris from the Dale E. Fowler School of Law states that there's been many studies in recent years that have shown no negative effects to GMOs, meaning that this is morally a myth and it's kind of a neutral opinion. So right now, genetically modified crops are kind of being produced, as stated before, in a more efficient way in terms of crop yield. So crop yields, as stated by the Alliance of Science, have been increased by 25% in recent years due to the fact that there is a high amount of efficiency, and that means that because of this, more people can be fed because more crops are being produced and exported and imported at this rate, meaning that it's kind of a more connected solution than what we had previously.
So the main problem that we've identified when it comes to GMOs is that there is a large irrational fear and negative bias going around. Justin Danhoff, director of the National Center Free Project, called fear of GMOs irrational, saying that we shouldn't let our irrational fears control us. Furthermore, a study from the Nutrition and Food Science Journal, run by Sheree Hekmat of Russia University College and Lindsay Nicole Dawson of Western University, revealed that college students overall have either unsure or negative bias towards GMOs, which is a very interesting showing because it basically proves exactly what we're saying, that this bias has been created around GMOs for no apparent reason. Furthermore, Paul Boyer, a Nobel Prize-winning chemist, highlights some of the benefits of GMOs, saying that genetic engineering can greatly help feed an expanding population with reduced cost and environmental damage, and that instead of condemning the process of GMOs, we should be assessing the product for what it provides for us and for what it benefits the world, which is in many ways.
So our first solution is informing the truth about GMOs through social media. Throughout recent years, social media has become very widely produced and it influences a lot of people throughout the world. According to Ann Cole, research manager at Statista, about 3.6 billion people in 2020 use social media. And there are already examples of stuff like this on the internet, such as non-smoking ads, water conservation, and others that can be seen all around the internet. Some pros to this is, according to Jessica Beth, a lawyer and author, broadcasting on social media can be shown to a large audience with low cost. It can be done by anyone with very little experience and is very easily accessible. And it provides instant feedback to anyone. It can be monitored very easily with a simple app. Some cons to this, on the other hand, is that according to Jonas Murthy, an entrepreneur, broadcasting on social media has the possibility of being ignored because when people are being shown so much information at once, it's very easy for them to swipe past, and the information that you're trying to relay has zero effect on what they say, and if this happens, all you did went to waste. As well, the process starts very slow, there's very little return on what you do, and when you put that work in and nothing happens, there's nowhere else to go from that. And then also, you need to keep interacting and creating new things so that people don't get bored of the same thing and be like, oh, I've seen that already, that's pointless. And also, measuring results is hard. As I said, it's easy to keep track of what's happening and how many people see it, how much interaction there is, but the true effect that it has is very difficult to see, and what you're actually doing, what it does.
Our second solution that we proposed was education of GMOs in the school system. We propose additions to basic biology curriculum at the national level. This would include a basic overview of GMOs as well as a synopsis of the benefits and potential risks associated with consuming genetically modified crops. As far as the pros and cons of this solution go, the first pro is an extremely large audience. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, all 50 states require schooling until at least age 16. This means that almost every American citizen will be informed about this issue. The first con is the risk versus benefit effect. According to Alicia Rinn, a member of the Agricultural and Resource Economics program at the University of Tennessee, states that on this topic, knowledge of the potential risks of GMOs outweigh the knowledge of potential benefits in the outlook of the consumer's mind. This means that we could be doing the opposite of our goal by informing students of the potential risks. Secondly, a study from MIT states that content retention within their students from freshman to senior year was only about 25 to 55%, meaning that students in schools forget a lot of what they learn in school, which could be an advantage for other solutions.
In conclusion, we have decided that both solutions can be implemented at the same time. These two solutions are very effective because they can both be implemented one after another or at the same time. Education, in the case of solution 2, is a core part of American society, and many people will be educated on this topic in that way. Furthermore, billions of people all around the world use social media, so we will be able to educate the public about the benefits of GMOs in that regard as well. By implementing both of these solutions, we will be able to target a very large audience. The question remains, however, will that negative bias around GMOs disappear? Because, as my colleague said, the knowledge of potential risks regarding GMOs is far more impactful on the consumer's mind than the knowledge of potential benefits. So these solutions could lose effectivity as a result of that.